Yo, what is good? Closeout podcast. We are back. We're talking about number 6 to number 10 of last year's Eastern Conference, and we're going to talk about the projections and their ceilings along with their floors, right? So, number 6, we got Miami Heat, right? I'm also here with my boy Anson. Say what's up.
Yo, what's good?
Yep, and now we're here with Miami Heat first. So, addition with Kyle Lowry, right? What do you think? What do you think Miami Heat's going to be at? They're number 6 last year. What do you think they're going to be at this year?
And I put their ceiling at the championship, although I think it's unlikely just because of the Brooklyn Nets. And the Bucks are also a very strong team, but I think they have all the pieces to compete for a championship. I feel like they could be a top three seed, depending on if Jimmy Butler can stay healthy, Kyle Lowry. A lot of the guys are older, so we'll see if there's going to be any load management there. But realistically, I see them finishing at the top three seed. They're going to be a force to reckon with. One of the strongest teams that Brooklyn kind of got to watch out for.
I feel like I definitely agree with you that the Miami Heat definitely should not be slept on. I remember, I think 2 seasons ago where Heat swept the Bucks, the number one seed in the playoff game. But yeah, definitely should not be sleeping on the Miami Heat with their new addition of Kyle Lowry, right? All
And
right.
also they'll have Victor Oladipo,
Oh
who's
yeah,
healthy. And obviously they just have so many players because Victor Oladipo is going to be at the two. They'll have probably Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, and Bam. And off the bench, they also have, Tyler Hero, a lot of very solid players. I believe they added Morris. So,
oh
they
yeah.
have a lot of good players. Yeah, and I just don't see them missing the playoffs. So I guess their floor would be the fourth seed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Yeah, I don't really see them doing too bad, especially a new addition. Ceiling, definitely the finals. Floor, they're for sure making playoffs. And I'm gonna put the floor to playoffs then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And then at 7, we have Boston. I don't think seventh seed is an accurate representation of Boston because we've seen Jason Tatum. Last year he got COVID, kind of played differently, came back, got injured again. And then Jalen Brown missed like half of the season. So their two best players gone. And then this year, they kind of restructured their team a little bit. They finally got a big man, which is, they just got back Al Horford. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how it goes. But, I don't think Boston is although I don't think they'll be a 7th seed, I don't think Boston is one of the stronger teams in the East anymore. The past couple years they've been a top 3 seed. I don't see that happening this year just because of how strong everyone else have gotten.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Um, Boston is just, I feel like, yeah, they have Jason Tatum. They have a lot of young talent, right? They have Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, but I feel like they're just not. I just maybe they're ceiling if they can pull off a miracle, right? Upsetting all the team, making the conference finals probably their ceiling. I highly doubt that. I say like 2%, but their what was it? Their floor, I definitely see them still making playing. That would be like still be playing or just missing playing in general.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with you there. And then at number 8, we have Washington Wizards. Wizards, I'm expecting them to drop off a little bit because they just replaced Westbrook with Kuzma. So we'll see how that goes. No, but in all seriousness, I think the Wizards can still make the playoffs. If you look at the team around them, yes, they just got rid of Westbrook, who is a very good player, right? But they have so much depth now. And with the addition of Spencer Dinwiddie, they'll have Bradley Beal, Montrezl Harrell, KCP, Kuzma, Bertans, Hachimura still there. So I just listed 7 or 8, very pretty solid players, except for Kuzma. Uh,
Jason Kuzma.
Off the bat. So they have a lot of talent on that team. We're gonna see if they can put it together, but I feel like their ceiling is just the playoffs. I don't see them, making it to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because if they do make the playoffs, they'll be a bottom seed and they're not upsetting the Nets or anything like that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
I just don't see that happening.
yeah, ceiling playoff floor. I could see them missing the playoffs. I could see them being, maybe the 11th seed just outside of the playing game. We're just gonna see. We're just gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The Wizards, lost losing Westbrook. I feel like it's a really really big piece because it was what Russell and Beal that really really tried hard last year to get them through to play in. Just to get eliminated, which was sad, but still, I feel like maybe their ceilings could still be, the playoffs, still sticking in the playoffs. Probably second round, in my opinion, if that's their ceiling. That's like the maximum ceiling. There's no way they're winning a chip. I'm gonna say if they win a chip, Kuzma the GOAT. I'm gonna buy Kuzma jersey or some shit, bro. But the floor for the Wizards, just missing the playoffs in general.
Yep. And then we got the Pacers next. Pacers kind of had a weird season. Just so many injuries happened. With how strong the Eastern Conference is, I see the Pacers anywhere from the 6th seed to the 8th seed. Maybe they'll be in the playing game again, but they'll have a healthy Karis LeVert. TJ Warren is coming back. Brogdon, Sabonis, Turner is also going to be there. They did lose out like Doug McDermott, but I think they'll still be a very competent team.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The Pacers definitely can make a run for the money. Now they do have most of their stars coming back, but I just don't feel like they have that enough firepower to push them to beat any of the top teams above them, in my opinion. So ceiling, second round, like I said. Floor, probably missing the playoffs.
Yeah, and then number 10, we got the 2022 NBA champions, the
Yes, sir.
Charlotte
Yes,
Hornets.
sir. Yes, sir.
So the Charlotte Hornets, I think their ceiling is the playoffs. I'm gonna put them at the first round, right? I think their ceiling is to barely make the playoffs if they do make it, and I don't expect them to upset, one of these top teams like the Heat, Nets, or the Bucks. I'm expecting LaMelo Ball to have a big jump in the second season. I just don't think it's enough, even though the team is very solid and they added Kelly Oubre as well. I think Plumlee was a good upgrade at center, but you just look at these Eastern Conference teams; they just look a lot stronger.
Yep. But yeah, I think that should wrap it up, right? Like I said, I am a big LaMelo fan, but for Charlotte, I just don't think if he turns into like Luca or something, and then Kelly Oubre turns into I don't know, the next Kyrie Irving or something, like goes crazy with Terry Rozier. Maybe I don't know, maybe second round, but that's their absolute ceiling. That's their second round, right? The floor is just gonna be where they're at. I think the Charlotte Hornets can only go up from here. I don't think they can go lower, in my opinion. I feel like they're a really strong team, but I just don't think they can really go low. I think the floor is probably on like 12, 13 seed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know we're only covering the top 10 teams, but what do you think about Chicago?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say about that Chicago. I feel like Chicago is definitely gonna skyrocket, just because they have Lonzo. They basically have a whole new roster. They added DeRozan, Lonzo, Caruso. The GOAT, right? So definitely, ceiling championship, floor
Whoa.
playoff. Because you never know the GOAT Caruso about to backpack this team. But yeah, on all seriousness, I think ceiling is probably the second round, but the floor, I think they should be able to make playoffs with ease,
Yeah, with how unpredictable, basketball has been, I think their ceiling can be the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it's very unlikely though, just with
Yeah.
you look at some of these teams, they're very strong, but I think realistically the Bulls can get into the second round. I wouldn't be surprised if they get knocked out in the first round as well, just because like I said, the competition looks very scary out here.
Yeah.
And then at the floor, I really don't see them missing the playoffs with this team around them, but they still need to figure some things out. So, I'll just put their floor at the playing game, but I don't think they'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I just don't think Chicago will miss the playoffs this year. But yeah, sounds about right.
All right, that's going to wrap up our season outlook for all the Western and Eastern Conference teams, 1 through 10 seed with the Chicago Bulls. Please stay tuned, guys. We're going to go ahead and give our season prediction for each seed, 1 through 10, and then we're going to give playoff prediction, playoff bracket prediction, MVP, most improved, coach of the year, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Yeah, all right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.